Hello, student. I hope you all are fine at your home. I'm Kaushalya Rajpurohit, your English teacher, and today we are going to discuss poem The Giraffe. It is written by Oliver Herford. Oliver Herford was an English writer, artist, and illustrator. He was born in England on 2nd December 1860. So, before starting the poem, let me ask you a question. Who is the tallest animal? Can you answer this? Yes, you all are right. The giraffe is the tallest animal on the land. Male giraffe may exceed about 5.5 meters, that is 18 feet in height, and the tallest female giraffe are about 4.5 meters. Giraffes spend most of their lives standing up. They even sleep and give birth standing up. So, this poem is all about the giraffe and its height. So, let us recite the poem first and then we will discuss it. See the giraffe, he's so tall, there is not room to get him all. Upon the page, his head is higher, the picture prove it than the spire. That's why people, when they race to catch him, call it steeplechase. His chief delight it is to set a good example, shine or wet. He rises at the break of day and start his breakfast right away. His food has such a way to go, his throat so very long and so, an early breakfast he must munch to get it down time for lunch. So, this is a beautiful poem about the giraffe. Now, let us see what does the first four lines of the poem tells. See the giraffe, he is so tall, there is not room to get him all. Upon the page his head is higher, the pictures prove it than the spire. Poet is telling that giraffe is so tall that there is no room for him, that he doesn't have room to get the full picture of the giraffe. You can see in this picture that we cannot see the full picture of the giraffe, right? So he's so tall that he is not able to fit even in the picture. The poet says that his head, the giraffe's head, is higher than the spire. What is spire? A spire is a building with a conical shape on the top, right? You can see in the picture, right? So you can see that even the giraffe's head is higher than the spire. So the poet is saying that it is higher than the spire. That's why the people, when they race to catch him, call it steeple race. His chief delight is to set a good example, shine or wet. Now, the poet want to say that the people who race with him call it a steeple race. Now, what is a steeple race? A race in which participants jump over the fences, water and so on over different hurdles. And the poet is saying that as the giraffe's legs are so long, he can jump over the water bodies, over the fences, over the hurdles very easily, and hence the poet call it as a steeple race because he jumps, right? वो jump करता है hurdles के ऊपर से, water bodies के ऊपर से, वो बहुत आराम से jump कर सकता है because he have long legs. Now the poet says that his chief delight is to set a good example, shine or wet. He rises at the break of day. Now, the greatest delight, the greatest happiness of giraffe is to set an example. He is setting a very good example for all of us that whether it is shine or wet का क्या मतलब है बेटा? Whether it is a sunny day or it is a rainy day, he wakes up before Now here they given the word What does mean? Means before the break of day. That means he wakes up early morning. So this is the good example the giraffe is setting, and we should also learn that we should wake up every day early in the morning. Now the next lines, and starts his breakfast right away. His food has such a way to go. His throat so very long and so. So what the poet is saying, that giraffe set a very good example by waking up before the day breaks, that he wake up early in the morning. And what does he do? As soon as he wakes up, he start doing his breakfast, right? He start eating the leaves, right? Why he does this? His food has such a way to go, because the giraffe has a very long neck, right? And the food need to travel so much distance, right? Because the neck of the giraffe is very long, and when the giraffe eat its breakfast, it need to travel a long distance. Hence he just start eating his breakfast as soon as he wakes up. And the next lines are, an early breakfast he must munch to get it down time for lunch, right? So what the poet is saying, why giraffe have breakfast so early in the morning? Why does he start eating his breakfast as soon as he wakes up? Because if he starts the breakfast early in the morning, the breakfast or the food he eats will pass his long neck, right? His throat is very long and it will take time to pass, right? And he starts munching. What do you mean by munch? That means he start chewing, he start eating his food very early, so that by the time it is lunch time, the food will reach his stomach, right? So that's why, because he have a very long throat, because he have a very long neck, the giraffe start eating breakfast very early, right? So this is a beautiful poem in which the poet talks about the height of the giraffe, right? He says that he is so tall that he is even taller than the spire. Spire is a building with conical structure at the top, and even he has so long legs that he can jump over the water bodies, over the fences very easily. He has so long neck that it takes a lot of time for the food to reach the stomach, right? So this is all about giraffe, and I hope you have understood the poem properly. Thank you.